You cut that out now, or you'll go home in an ambulance.
Yeah, that seems mildly inappropriate for a political discussion. Not rude to say that someone who is biologically a male is a male.
You just
someone who is biologically male is a male.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Z Gambit.
To come out transgender is horribly difficult. It is the most difficult thing you can do. I've been overseas. I've
What's
flown
difficult thing?
Helicopter missions, surveillance missions. I've been shot, stabbed. Being brave is being yourself, and being transgender is about the bravest thing you can do.
Mainstream
Bravest thing.
It's not delusion.
Why would you call it delusion?
Because Caitlyn Jenner, I'll call him Caitlyn Jenner.
No,
because
it's her. You're not being polite to the pronoun.
Because
disrespect.
Okay, forget about the disrespect. Facts don't care about your feelings. It turns out that every chromosome, every cell in Caitlyn Jenner's body is male with the exception of some of his sperm cells.
You cut that out now, or you'll go home in an ambulance.
Yeah, that seems mildly inappropriate for a political discussion. Not rude to say that someone who is biologically a male is a male. Someone who is biologically male is a male.
First of all, that's not ladylike, ma'am. How would you hold a man in that way and threaten him to go in an ambulance as a woman? That's not allowed. Anyway, first things first, Ben Shapiro does not fear normally when it comes. If you've seen Ben Shapiro, he usually talks about these issues with the figure, and he does not fear whatsoever. That's a good part and why I like his point of view. Now, a man asking people to call him a woman is up to him, but forcing them to believe that his delusion is true, that's a problem now. Because you will not force me to believe that what you believe should be my belief in a way. Just in the same way that I will not force you to believe in my belief in the same way. That's how we should work in this case. So anyway, today I've got a lot of videos for you that I've lined up, and I'm sure you will love the videos. Let's go ahead into the videos and let's watch them together right away.
I said that mankind is not going to be wiped out within 20 years.
Science would disagree.
Which scientist?
The 97% of all scientists who say that 1 to 2 degrees Celsius will melt the ice caps such that there will be rising sea levels, mass extinctions, and a lot of climate change deniers like yourself, like Ben, they perpetuate that this is all a liberal hoax and that science...
No, I'm not saying it's a liberal. I mean, it's obviously being pushed by politicians primarily. That's why at the United Nations, it's not...
Politics. Politicians are going to push political issues.
Right, it's politics, not science. That's my...
What a good comeback. First of all, you know, the climate change issue is a political issue. And mostly for me, I'm not very much conversant with the climate change issue. I'll not say whether it's true or not, but mostly people say it's a hoax. And I don't know. You tell me in the comment section. Do you think it's true? It's a hoax? For me, I have no idea whatsoever. As long as we're living in this planet and we're doing whatever is necessary to ensure that the planet thrives, that's the most important thing. And when it comes to climate change, these things that people do in this case, it's just about control and power and all that. That's what I think for me. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Therefore, I'll not say much about this subject. Let's just go to the next video. And you can comment about the videos at any moment. You know, pause and comment as we continue.
I'd love for the feminists, please apply for the oil rigs. Please go do the hard jobs in society. They're open, they're hiring, because I don't think men or women are equal until we do the equal work. Go apply to be on the oil rigs, go be an electrician, go be on the front lines of the military, and then we should have equal rights. But until feminists are willing to do that, I don't believe we should have the freedom without the responsibility.
Okay, well, I don't think that I'm physically built for that. You might be. You said you were a volleyball player, and so you've got more strength than I do.
I don't have more strength than the average man. If feminists really believed in equality, but you guys don't, I would love for you. There is an oil rig hiring. There is an engineering
I would actually love to see Ava Sexton on an oil rig.
Seriously. There is a building being built next to my building. Go do it, feminists.
Well, first of all, for this one, the argument crumbled when she first said that she does not have the manpower as a man. Yet feminism actually claims that women are equal to men in terms of strength and everything as well. You see? But then she claims that she has no manpower. So which means they do contradict themselves in most cases when they talk about these things. When they talk about one case, they would contradict the other point that they made. And when they go there, it's all total confusion as it is. And yes, why don't women actually fight to get jobs which are tough? No, they don't. They just want very good jobs. So feminism is not about equality, but about superiority. They don't want equal opportunity, but they want equal outcomes. You know, they want to get paid as much as a doctor when they are doing a lesser job in the case. You see? So that's the whole goal of feminism. Someone that went to med school for 10 years and someone that didn't go to med school at all, they want them to get the same salary in a way. That's what it is all about. And it's not fair whatsoever. Fairness means that everyone puts in the work and you get what you deserve as such. But anyway, let's go on and continue watching the videos because, like I said, it's getting good today.
Gay mushroom.
Yes.
That's why you launched this.
I have some gay mushrooms here. They don't look very gay.
Wow.
I mean, they look like normal mushrooms to me.
Gay
Are
mushrooms.
you feeling a gay connection to these mushrooms?
Listen, I feel a gay connection to a lot of things, Piers, including yourself right now.
Really?
I would say that mushrooms scientifically have about 23,000 different genders.
23,000 genders of mushrooms.
Exactly.
They're not. This is a mushroom.
Yeah,
Nothing sexual about mushrooms.
Sex is not about mushrooms, no.
So why are we having some queer celebration of things like mushrooms?
I just don't know. Because
why can't we just have straight plants?
It's making queer people feel happy, and ultimately, isn't something
Sorry, but
making
society
people feel
shouldn't just
happy
be
a good
about
thing?
changing everything so that you, James Barr, get your kicks out looking at a kinky mushroom.
Listen, you might want to spend your life being miserable, but I'll tell you what really
I'm
is
very
going on
happy.
here. I'll tell you
I'm
what's
not miserable
actually
at all.
happening.
From my reaction, you could tell about this video. What are they even talking about? Why is this even a conversation in the first place? Why are they talking about mushrooms having 33 genders in a way? Mushrooms don't have genders. I don't know what they're talking about in this case. I'll just leave it up to you in the comment section and let me know, because this is just craziness, you know. This is just delusional, very delusional, trying to, you know, change everything in society to fit the narrative. So that's what I just think it is for me. But anyway, let's just continue. I'll not comment here because it's just too crazy for me to comment. Very, very much crazy.
So you think it's fine to say to religious people that they are prohibited from gathering outside, wearing a mask, socially distanced? They can't do it. But if you want to come and protest and defund the police, if you want to support that, that's fine. You can gather en masse, person to person, close up, thousands of people. That's okay. That discrimination's okay. That's your position.
Senator, that is not my position.
It was your position. It's what you argued.
I did not write these orders. What I said.
You defended it in court, and you just articulated to me what I take to be your position. Why were the restrictions that you defended struck down as discriminatory? You know the facts. You were a good lawyer,
Senator.
Oh, come on, Judge. Don't make me do this. You lost because Mayor Bowser was going to mass protests herself personally, with thousands of people. At the same time she was doing that, she was prohibiting churches, religious people, from gathering socially distanced outside wearing masks.
So for this one, actually, I have a lot to say, but I'll just say a few things, because this is a double standard in the first place. Because this was a time during the COVID period, and even up now, things like this are happening. So there was social distancing where they would allow people to they don't allow people to gather in churches and, you know, gatherings that actually are good gatherings, but they would allow protests. They would allow things that were political. We would have political rallies because they wouldn't do it without those, you know, they won't win. In most countries, that was the case, actually. And that is just a double standard that, you know, society is trying to bring. It's not about protecting the people. It's about protecting the agenda and also trying to, you know, gain their political mileage. That's what I think about these things. And, you know, politics is just a dirty game. It's just a dirty game, I can say. So I don't say much about this. Let's go on to the next video.
She said white people are racist due to socialization in the same way that men are socialized to be sexist and heterosexual people are socialized to be homophobic. So I'm a white, straight, male guy. So basically I'm like enemy number one. So I'm a racist, sexist, homophobe. Are your logic? I'm not sexist, and I'm not racist, and I'm not homophobe. Who are you to say that every straight white guy in the world is a... Well, you did. You said white people are racist due to socialization in the same way that men are socialized to be sexist, heterosexual people are socialized to be homophobic. You are calling straight white guys like me a series of offensive, stereotypical labels, which I find very offensive.
This is why there's a problem, because you're taking it personally.
There is a problem. I am taking it personally. Yes. When you say all white people are racist, as a white person, I find that offensive.
So about this one, you know, I don't know why these activists think that people don't want to take these things personally. So if you attack white people, I'm not a white person, and that's fine. That's fine. There's no problem with that. And so is being a black person a good thing, a white person being a good thing also. We are all human beings. But if you, as a human being, go attack other race, just for the sake of, you know, getting numbers and all that, and in the end try to think that people won't take offense, then you are deluded. And that's what the woke movement is doing, actually, trying to do things and thinking that people will not get offended. By doing those things, you're actually offending people, real working people who are on the other side of these things. So this woman or man, I don't know what I would call her, because I think she's transgender. He is transgender, I don't know. It's confusing. So yeah, this person is actually was calling all white men transphobic, racist, and you know, all sorts of names, because I don't know why people talk about white men in that way. For me, I have no contention whatsoever. Let's all be human beings. I know things that happened in the past. There was whipping and, you know, all these things such as you know, slavery and all that. And I do not encourage that. I hated that, actually. And when I hear that in history, I don't like it. But still, that does not give me the right to hate on people at this moment, because that does not happen in this moment. If you are doing that at this moment, definitely I will have a problem with you. But if you're not doing that, who am I to start having trouble with you and calling you racist and all that? That's not supposed to be the case, you people. Let's change the narrative and let's be human beings again. Let us be as one. No one is fighting for superiority. Let's fight for equality. Equal equality, not the equality of feminism that is being brought about, you know. Let's just be all right with everything.
As I didn't check anyone's like biology or chromosomes before coming here, you can say it's an act, but the truth is it's an act that everybody plays into. Everybody looks at how a person looks like and says, oh, they're a woman or male based off of that.
Yeah, if you grow an afro and wear a wig and put, you know, a lot of black makeup on, you're not a black woman, you know. So your appearance doesn't actually mean anything. You're not black, and the same way that I'm not white. So how we if we can trick someone, you might be able to trick me. I think White Rachel Dolezal did a really good job tricking people into believing that she was black for a long time by darkening her skin, getting super tan, and wearing fake wigs, but she wasn't actually a black woman. So how you feel on the inside and how you present, you might be able to trick people, but that makes you a liar, not a woman.
Well, do you know what the leading cause of death for pregnant people is?
Pregnant people?
Mm-hmm.
Mothers? Women?
If you'd like to call them mothers, not all of them are mothers, but if you'd like to call them that.
What are they if they're not mothers?
They're pregnant people.
What people other than mothers are pregnant?
Does it bother you to use inclusive language?
Well,
it's just interesting.
I prefer to use precise language.
It's interesting because you come into this conversation, you know, trying to hold this moral superiority, but then I
try to be moral when I can, but I
identify as women, but can become pregnant.
You're telling me that in order to be a moral person, I need to accept the idea that a man can really become a woman. That's a prerequisite of my being a moral person.
Yes.
I like to identify, I do identify actually, as the correct person on this issue of abortion.
We're not a medical professional, and abortion and pregnancy is a medical concern. That's not your identity.
That is my identity. I promise you, that's my identity.
So in the second video, I can tell you that most of these people actually say one thing, and when that logic is used against them, they crumble in the same way that she did in this case. You know, she talks about, you know, women, doesn't call women women. She just said pregnant people. Pregnant people are women. There's no man that can get pregnant. We know that's biology, but she tries to run away from that fact and then calls him not to be a doctor. Is she a doctor as well to actually enforce what she's thinking about? Because if you go into biology in the first place that she's trying to fight against, it says that men cannot get pregnant. It's only women that can get pregnant. That's how it is. And in the first video with Candace Owen, you know, I wonder why most of these work people usually think that they're cooking whenever they are saying these things, reciting these things that they've been taught by other people. And they are reciting them with that passion, thinking that they are cooking. Well, I don't know. I just don't know. When you talk about this subject, it's actually very touchy because, you know, the world is becoming a place of delusions, and we are becoming more delusional than we are closer to reality. So the rest of us that are still close to reality are the last hope for humanity in this case, I can tell you. And I've given you the videos that I had for today, so I'll not say much. Kindly do like, share, subscribe, and follow Z Gambit. And the more you do that, the more we get recommended to other people, and the more the channel blooms. So help a brother out by doing all that, and I'll be very much appreciative. Just takes a little time to help in that way, you know. Just takes a little time, and it will not take anything away from you. You'll just be helping a brother out by doing this, who is far away, I'm sure. So thank you very much for watching. This is Maxwell with Z Gambit. I wish you a wonderful day, afternoon, and evening. Bye.